Hey everyone! It's Tuesday. You know what that means? Live stream time. And tonight we're doing mac and cheese, and we're having a little bit of a throwdown because we're doing two kinds of mac and cheese. We're going to have regular mac and cheese with mac and mac and cheese with cauliflower. So we're going to see which is better. I don't know. I think they're both going to be pretty good. So let's see if anybody's out there. If anybody's out there, just chime in. Hello, we've got one person. Chime in, let me know who's there, where you're from, what are you making for dinner. And I'm going to get started on this mac and cheese. Let's see. No comments yet. No comments yet. I'm going to keep checking. I swear I got to get some contacts or something because the screen is so tiny. It's too far away. Facebook, we got to have some kind of a thing where we can actually have, like, you know, on the side here, I can see what the comments are. Maybe I need to get a tablet. Hey, hi, Jeannie Carol. Hi, Amy from Rhode Island. Thanks for watching. So, what are you guys making for dinner? Mac and cheese. This is a really quick and easy recipe, and it's all from scratch. So, well, except for the mac part, right? So, I'm not making homemade macaroni. Hey, if you want to go for it, you got a macaroni maker, go for it. So I've got, actually, the cauliflower mac and cheese is in the oven right now, and it's coming out. And oh my gosh, it's ready. I gotta pull it out. So I wanted to get that ready so I could show you, and then maybe we could taste that while we got the other one going in. When you make mac and cheese, you gotta make sure that you let it cool off a little bit, obviously, before you start cutting into it or eating it, because it's piping hot. I don't know if you can see that. Oh my goodness, it's so good. It is so delicious. All right, so first step for making homemade mac and cheese is you need to make a bechamel. All right, anybody else out there, chime in. Even after the video is done, after I'm done live streaming, if you want to leave a comment or you have a question, just go ahead and leave it in my comment section. I will check it later on. So a bechamel is just butter, and we're going to put it's fat with flour, thickener, and then we're going to add some milk. So that's a bechamel. And it's pretty simple to make. So I've got some unsalted butter. I've got 4 tablespoons, which is 2 ounces, and it's all softened. I should probably put it in the pan before I did that. It's all on my fingers. Hey, a little butter never hurt anybody, right? Actually, it's really good for your skin. Actually, no, it really is. So, I don't want greasy hands though, right? So we got our butter, unsalted butter, right in the pan. So you want a pan that's big enough that you're going to put I'm going to put everything in here, and I'm going to put the macaroni in here, or cauliflower, and then I'm going to toss it all together. So make sure you have a big enough pan. So I'm going to put that over kind of a low to medium heat. All right, you just want it to melt. And then I'm going to add my flour. So I got my flour all pre-measured here. This is 4 tablespoons, so I'm going to get that in there. Once that flour is melted, we're going to add the flour and cook it a little bit to get that flour flavor out of the flour. That sounds weird, but you don't want it to taste raw. You want it to it'll actually get a little golden and give a nice nutty flavor. So that's what makes a really good bechamel. So we're going to put that in. As you can see, I don't know if you can see this, I've got a ton of grated cheese. That's a lot of cheese. And believe it or not, it's only 8 ounces of cheese. That's crazy. It makes a lot when you grate it. So we were doing our ketogenic diet, and we discovered that when you buy cheese in the package, it has something coating. There's a coating on the outside that obviously keeps the cheese from sticking together once in the package. That coating contains carbohydrates. Yeah. So cheese does not have carbohydrates, but the little coating on the outside has carbs. So if you're trying to avoid carbs, which is the cauliflower one will be lower carbs, a lot lower carbs, you don't want to add carbs by using instant, the cheese is already grated. So we were actually just grating our own cheese. So it's up to you if you want to go the extra step to grate it. I think the cheese it's a better quality. You get your cheese, and I'm just using. You can use Cracker Barrel. Actually, this one I used. I think I had Cabot. Any good quality cheddar cheese that you can get, and then this is Dubliner. This is unbelievable. Imported Irish cheese, and it just has such a nice nutty flavor. And when I used to do this, I used to just use the Cracker Barrel. But then I started adding in the Dubliner. And one time I made it with all Dubliner, and it was way too rich. It was delicious, but it was very rich and heavy. So now I cut it. I do half, just a regular cheddar, sharp cheddar. And it doesn't matter if it's white or orange, totally up to you. And then I do half of the Dubliner. And it just has a really nice, the Dubliner gets kind of gooey. Oh God, it's so good. I just want to put my flour, and this is just regular all-purpose flour. It goes into my butter mixture. I'm going to turn it up a little, and I just want to kind of, you want to stir it around. You don't want any lumps. I'm using, this is a roux whisk, in case you're wondering what this is. It's a roux whisk. The nice thing about a roux whisk is going to actually get into the corns in the pan. So, this of course, you know. Another gadget. I had to have it. I love gadgets. So, yeah, we're going to have, usually when I make mac and cheese, I usually have broccoli as a side. I love fresh broccoli, steamed. And then we usually serve that with the mac and cheese. It's delicious. But since we're doing cauliflower, I don't really want broccoli as a side. I think it's just too much cruciferous. So we're probably going to have a salad. I'll probably make salad. And the salad I did last Thursday, the arugula salad, I will get a post up on my website, and I'll let you know when I've got that up. So we had our races yesterday over at the track. Actually pretty good day. And I think actually it was Friday. It was Friday that I live streamed last time. That's right, because I had to head to the track. I remember saying that I was heading over to the track. I'm going to leave this. Don't really walk away and let it sit too long. I'm just going to come over and what anybody's saying. Hey. Oh, hey, thanks, Jessica. Gooey cheese. Yeah, gooey cheese. The greatest thing about being, when you're on a ketogenic diet, guess what? You can have lots of cheese. It's just amazing. It's crazy. But it does, I'm telling you, if anybody's interested in the ketogenic diet, it really does work. It's amazing. You actually are training your body to burn fat instead of carbs. So that's the reason you cut the carbs out, is that you want to start training your body to burn the fat. So you eat protein and you eat fat and really cut the carbs out. And you got to keep the carbs really low. And it is a little bit tough at first. It was really hard. I mean, try and go past baked bread in the bakery section of the store when you're on a ketogenic diet. Yeah, not fun. When you smell that bread baking, oh my gosh, it's horrible. And we did it for, well, we did it over 40 days. I think we did it for, I don't know if we did it for 60. We did it for quite a while. It was over a month. But you learn different things. You learn to like different things. This actually, the cauliflower mac and cheese have been perfect for ketogenic diet, except for I put the breadcrumbs on it. But if you let the breadcrumbs off, it would be perfect for ketogenic because it would have like virtually no carbs. So there's a tiny, tiny bit of carbs in the cream cheese. All right, so this is getting a little bit golden, so that's what you want. You want to cook that raw flour flavor out of it. Okay, so I've got 2 cups of whole milk. Now, if you want, you can substitute, go right ahead, substitute low-fat milk if you want. Totally up to you. I've done it before, and it's good, but it's not as good. So we're going for the full-fat version here. All right. So I warmed up in the microwave a little bit, and I'm just going to pour that in. Oh, sizzling. So this is a bechamel, and this is just a great sauce, just a basic sauce that you can put over vegetables. Thanksgiving, I make bechamel, I make cauliflower, and then I make bechamel. And I just steam my cauliflower and I serve the bechamel over the top. It's delicious. Okay, so that's going to keep it on pretty medium low, so start to thicken. Guess what? We're going to add some more cheese. Philadelphia cream cheese. Now, if you want, you could use the no-fat version, the low-fat version. But we're going for the fat, right? Why not? What the heck? If we're on a ketogenic diet, you would actually want the fat, so. Okay. So I usually let this sit out a little bit and get a little bit room temperature, and that's going to go in. Oh, gosh. It's getting bad. Maybe it was my dishwasher beeping at me. All right, so put that in, and you stir that up, and get rid of that. And we're going to add some flavoring. I'm going to add some white pepper. I love, in bechamel, I love the flavor of white pepper. It just has a certain flavor to it. It's different than black pepper. And I have to be extremely careful because this stuff makes me sneeze like crazy. I mean, if I even get one sniff of this, I'll be sneezing. I will be. So it's a little bit less than 1/8 of a teaspoon. So, keep it away. Don't inhale. Oh gosh. All right. So you want to mix that in, and then we're going to put a little bit of salt into. Something's going on. You know, I forgot to turn my phone off. I hope I don't get anybody like messaging me during this. All right, 1/2 teaspoon. I'm using kosher salt. So if it was regular salt, you'd use a little bit less than that. You'd probably use about 1/4 teaspoon. Because kosher salt, you need a lot more to go the same to get the same flavor. All right, so we let that cream cheese melt. And let that get in there, and then there's one more thing that we have to add. And that is Grey Poupon. Remember those commercials? Do you have any Grey Poupon? Well, you just want some, I think I've substituted with regular mustard before. This has a little white wine in it, so it has a little bit more of a richer flavor. So I like using this particular mustard. If you wanted to go with a coarse grain mustard, you could. And then add a little bit of, that might be interesting, add some seeds, you know, the mustard seeds, the whole seeds. Give it a little different texture. That would probably be good. Okay, toss that over there. So that gets in there. All right, so my cheese, I've got it all cut up here, grated. That's how I get my workout. Actually, I had a workout today. And then I had to grate the cheese. So I get more of a workout. But hopefully, I'm trying to get back. I'm getting back into my workout routine. I got thrown off last year due to health issues and kind of got off the workout train. And so now I'm getting back into working out. So we'll see. Hopefully, you know, a year from now, I don't know. I'm not going to make a muscle and embarrass myself. Oh, I used to be so strong. What happened? All right, so you want to take some of the cheese, so you want to leave some for the top, right? Yeah, we want a little bit of melty, gooey cheese all over the top. So we're going to take about 3/4 of a cup. So this is a 1/2 cup measure. I'm just going to kind of pile it up there. A little of each, a little of both cheeses that we've got here. If you want, you could substitute different kinds of cheeses. You can make, you know, use a smoked cheese. That would be good, like a smoked mac and cheese. That would be yummy. I don't think an add lobster to this would be good. That would be good. All right, so now my cream cheese is completely melted. All right, I'm going to take a spoon. I just want to taste it. Just always want to taste for seasoning. Let's see what we got here. Well, that's good. Perfect. So this is really good over vegetables, seriously. Over anything, really, but vegetables especially. All right, so here goes all that cheese, right? Oh, yeah. Don't you know it? It's all going in. So for that little bit for the top. All right, so I'm going to stir that in. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. I had made my mac, so the macaroni I cooked ahead of time. I like to use the Celentani. So it's backwards, right? Yeah. Barilla Celentani. You want the ones that have the, I love these with the little corkscrews. I get the corkscrews and ridges. Sometimes it's called cavatappi. But it's got the little ridges on it. It's got the corkscrew, so it kind of holds on to the cheese. So I know it's like traditionally everybody uses the little elbows, but I've been making it with this, and ever since I started making it with this, that's the only kind I use. Or sometimes I use shells. Shells are kind of cool too, like the medium shells. They make a really good mac and cheese. All right. So I've taken it and I've cooked it, and I salted the water and I cooked them till they were just done. Just a little bit to the bite because it's going to cook more, obviously, in the oven. Oh my God. Okay, do you want to see this? Oh gosh, look at the cheese. See, that is actually the Dubliner that's causing those strings. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's ridiculous. Okay. It's gooey. Alright, so now I'm going to take my cooked, drained, obviously, macaroni. I'm going to turn the pot off now because we got all the heat. We got it all melted. There's an escapee. Got to grab him. Alright. I'm going to get a spatula. And I'm just going to fold this in. So this isn't a very big pot. You can use a bigger pot if you feel a little nervous about something like this, but I just pull it from the sides. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. This is the best. I love this mac and cheese. My mother-in-law makes mac and cheese, and she uses the Old English sauce. It's in a jar, and she likes using that, but I've been doing mine this way for a long time, and I just love it with the cream cheese, and especially with the Dubliner. Yeah. It just totally makes it. Alright, so, oh my gosh, it's so thick. Gorgeous. Alright. So, I don't want to sit on top of cheese. I don't want to put cheese on the rack of my oven and it'll burn. Alright, so yeah. Alright, so I'm going to just pour this in to my prepared. So I've buttered this glass dish. You want to make sure you use a glass casserole baking dish. And make sure you butter it really well. So just use, just good old unsalted butter. And can you see that? Oh my gosh. Oh, it's like my favorite thing ever. Alright. You know what? There's this little bit in there. I can't waste it. Don't waste it! Don't waste the cheese. It's too good. You can eat it. Sometimes my daughter will come down and she'll dip chips into it, or she was over here dipping cauliflower in it earlier. It's really good. Alright. So, now I'm going to stick my pan. I got 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter. Yeah. Lots of butter. I don't know how, once I get this recipe up, I'll put the nutrition information, because I can have a nutrition label generator, and I will put the nutrition information on there. We'll see what the difference is. I'm curious to see what the difference is between the cauliflower and the mac and cheese. I'm also curious to see how much fat this thing has. Alright, so it's half a cup of just panko. I love panko breadcrumbs. It just gets really nice and crisp and crusty on top. And then this is my secret ingredient to my bread topping. It is wheat germ. Wheat germ is fantastic. It adds a nuttiness, it adds a crunch, so it adds a little bit of a health factor. I know, but try and keep things wholesome, right? So 2 tablespoons of the wheat germ right into that melted butter, and then the panko goes in. Now if you want, you can add things to this if you want to add some flavoring, some herbs or something, but I like it just plain. Okay, so you just start just a coat. You just want to coat the breadcrumbs, because when they get in the oven, if they don't have the fat on them, they're not going to get nice and crispy and toasty. So you can, I have sometimes substitute a little bit of olive oil if I didn't have enough butter, which I can't believe I'd ever run out of butter. I just can't believe it. I buy big things of butter. You can see the size cheese I have, right? So imagine. Alright, so that's all mixed. So what I want to do is, I put the cheese on first. I've done it with the cheese on top. And the cheese, if you don't put the cheese underneath, the crumbs will not get crispy. So if they're on the bottom, if they're underneath the cheese. So you want to put the cheese first. So you take your cheese. Let me see that. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Oh, all right. So cheese all over the top. So I'll have to make this again so I can get some pictures of this thing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's good. Now you can actually have this in your fridge. I've never done this and frozen it before, but I imagine you probably could freeze it at this point and then stick it in the oven. I'll have to try it. And then just you'd have to add on to the time when you cook it. I have my oven on 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I actually have convection, so it's 375 convection. And that 25 degrees less for convection oven because you don't want to burn it. because it's more efficient. And just spread those crumbs. The crumbs went a lot further than the big, not a lot of surface area, but this one's a little bit smaller. All right. I think that's I think the other one's a 1.5 quart. This one is 2, I think, but it's just taller. Taller and smaller. All right, so mac and cheese. So we got my cheese and my breadcrumbs on top, and this goes right in to the center of your oven for 10 minutes. 10 minutes, and we come out, and it's going to be all gooey and bubbly. So while that's baking, we'll put these over here, and we're going to taste this cauliflower mac and cheese, because I am dying to try it. And we were dipping the cauliflower, and oh my gosh, it tasted so good. I don't know, cauliflower with cheese on it. So good. Alright, so I'm going to get a spoon. And let's see, I don't know how hot this is. Still pretty, no, it's not so bad. So actually it's not hot anymore. So there it is. Yum. Alright, let me see, I want you to be able to see this. The creamy, oh my gosh. Now it's funny, I'm noticing it got a little bit more watery than the macaroni and cheese, because obviously cauliflower does have some moisture to it, so I don't know if I'm going to have to adjust the recipe for it. Oh my gosh, it looks good. That's a big helping. Wait a minute, I have to have the mac and cheese too. Oh well. I won't eat all of it. So yeah, cauliflower and mac and cheese. It's still pretty steamy. Oh my gosh. So the breadcrumbs are nice and crispy, and the cheese is nice and gooey. And so you cook the cauliflower till it's pretty much, I mean, you want it done. You don't want it to be mush. But, oh my gosh. That's good. That's really good. Oh yeah. See, ketogenic couldn't, I mean, if you can eat this on a ketogenic diet, keto's not so bad, right? Oh my god. Alright. So there's that one. The other one in the oven. It's gonna cook a few more minutes. Alright. So anyway, trying to think what else we can talk about while we're waiting for our macaroni and cheese. Anybody have any questions? Let me see what you guys are doing out there. Love mac and cheese. Oh, don't sneeze, Carol and Jean. All right. We still got 2 people. Who's still in there? Who's still hanging in there? 2 people. So Thursday, I'm not sure what I'm doing yet, but I guess I'll go back to healthy, right? We should do this. Well, the cauliflower is kind of healthy. We can go back and forth from decadent to healthy. I think that's what we'll do. I'm going to start trying to make a lot more recipes that are good for when you're exercising, when you're trying to get fit. We're not trying to lose weight, I'm trying to actually build a little bit. So, and I've looked online, I don't see a lot, I see recipes, but I don't see a lot of people doing recipes from a chef's perspective, as, you know, has to deal with fitness food. So I'm always like, oh, does it really taste good? So I think I'm gonna do a lot more recipes that are more towards, you know, towards the healthier side, but has meat, protein, a lot of lean proteins, and yeah, so that should be kind of interesting. And then I'll see where we're headed. If anybody has any questions, or if anybody would like me to do a certain type of cuisine, or you have a certain dish that you'd like to see me make, please comment. Just put it in the comments and let me know if you have a dish that you'd like to see me make or create. I'd love to do that. I like recreating recipes. If I find a recipe that I've had somewhere, I like to recreate and try and, you know, get the flavor profile down and do that. And yeah, so Thursday, I'll be back here again. 2 minutes. And I have to get that gift basket. We're gonna do that gift bag giveaway again at the end of this month. So make sure that you subscribe to my newsletter, because when you're on my list, I'm just gonna send. What's gonna happen is you'll just get, every time I do a post, you'll get the recipes to your inbox, and then at the end of the month, we're gonna have a drawing, and then I'll use the main product and we'll have a drawing, so that'll be really cool. It's kind of fun. And somebody will win. And every month that you're in my subscription list, you'll be eligible. So every month I'm just going to keep adding names to my jar. So I'm hoping that the jar goes from being little to being really big, and we have a lot of people, and be kind of fun. So yeah. And does anybody have a certain kind of pasta that they like to use? I love Barilla. There's a few other types out there that I like to use. I've made homemade pasta, but I always have, Barilla on hand, so that in case I want to make something, I keep a couple of different varieties. If I just want to throw something together. When we did keto, we just totally, no pasta. There was no pasta in our lives, but now that when you work out, you have to start getting some carbs. So when you work out and you exercise, you're trying to build, you need carbs to actually sustain you through the workouts and to build a little bit. So we're adding some of the carbs back in. It's a better idea to try and use whole wheat if you can, whole wheat products. But it's funny, I don't really care for whole wheat pasta. I've tried. Sometimes what I'll do is if I want to use whole wheat, I'll actually if I can find the same type, I'll do half whole wheat and half white, half the regular. So I do that with penne, because I can find penne whole wheat. So I'll use half whole wheat penne and half the regular white wheat penne. And just watch your times when you do that. Always make sure, so if the wheat takes 2 minutes longer, so set it in 2 minutes before, and then put the timer on 2 minutes, and then if this takes 11, well, let's say this is 11 minutes, right? And my whole wheat takes 13 minutes, so 2 minutes longer. Put the whole wheat in 2 minutes, put the timer on, and then put your white in, and then put the timer in for the 11 minutes for the total. So just do the subtraction, do the math. But you always put obviously the one that cooks the longest first, right? My husband actually was organizing my kitchen, and he organized all my pasta. He was organizing pasta together with different cooking times. I was like, oh my God, stay out of my kitchen. Oh no, you're killing me. But I will, sometimes I'll have different pastas, or even spaghettis. I'll mix the types if I don't have enough, and I'll just do the math and then have the ones take the longest and just a few minutes longer. And it's interesting, sometimes when you actually do a variety of pasta, it's really good. It actually gives a different texture, to me, when you have different types of pasta. When the dish takes on a different, I don't know, flavor, but just a different texture, a different mouthfeel. So it's kind of cool. It's like a whole different dish. All right. So here we go. Oh my gosh. The sad thing about this thing is it has no handles. I wish it had handles. Oh my gosh. Because I could burn myself. But I don't know if you can. Oh, it's bubbling. Can you hear it? It's bubbling. Put it next to my mic. Oh, bubbling. Yes. So good. All right. So that is piping hot. I don't want to touch that, but we are going to put it on a plate, and we're going to try it. I have to blow on it. Give it a second. I do not want to burn it. I'll use the cauliflower one. I don't care. So I would let it sit. Obviously, you really want to let it sit just for a few minutes, just so it gets set up. But oh my goodness! Oh, look at the cheese. Oh my goodness! That's ridiculous. All right, here's my fork. So I don't know, is it going to be the cauliflower or is it going to be the mac? I don't know. This is the one I love so much. Whoa, I don't want to get burnt. No, it's good. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I got to go back to the cauliflower. I have to keep testing. One of each. So this is the cauliflower one. I don't know. I like the cauliflower one. It is really good. I think with the cauliflower, it has a lot of, the cauliflower itself has a lot of flavor. It has a sweetness to it, so the cauliflower is really good. Yeah, I might actually opt for the cauliflower over the regular. So I think if I was going to make a dish, if I was going to make something, or having a party or I went somewhere and they had, you know, cauliflower or something else, and then they had mac and cheese, and I wanted the mac and cheese, I'd have this. But they had cauliflower mac and cheese. Rather than taking pasta salad, I would have this. So it's really, really good. So, so I am going to feed my family, and then I'm going to sit down at my computer. I'm going to start typing up the recipe. And then I think what I'll do is tomorrow morning, I'll take pictures because I could use my artificial lighting, but I'd rather use natural light. I'll take some pictures of this mac and cheese. I'll plate it up. And then I'll put the recipe up tomorrow on my website, tastyadventure.com. So just check tomorrow. I'll have the website up, the recipe up on the website. And just let me know if there's anything that you would like to see me cook, if there's anything that you're interested in. And so everybody know we had a cooking class on the 22nd this month on Thursday at the Tarotine. It's 2 weeks away, a little over 2 weeks away, but actually we're going to be going to Arlington, Virginia to bury my father-in-law's ashes. So kind of sad, but I'm kind of excited because I've never been, I don't think since I was a kid have been to Arlington Cemetery, so it's going to be really cool. So we're going to do that, and I won't be able to live stream that day, so maybe I'll live stream from Virginia, I'm thinking. Maybe we'll go out to eat somewhere and I'll find some really cool place down there in, down in DC, and see what we can grub up. It'll probably be good. And so I'll do that. And then I will let everybody know I'll get the product for the giveaway for the end of this month, and then I'll put that up too, coming up soon. And yeah, so thank you everybody. I hope you like the mac and cheese. Remember to go back to my website because I will put it, and if you sign up, if you subscribe to my newsletter, as soon as I post it, it'll go in. So tomorrow, actually, I think it'll come in your email the following day. I have it going in the morning, so you'll get my email with the recipe. And yeah, and I'll keep you, just check my website for upcoming classes or anything else I'm doing. And all right, and then hopefully enjoy some summer weather. I think we're gonna get summer weather. It's June and it's cold. I can't believe it's been so cold. But thanks everybody, and I will see you here on Thursday. Take care. Bye. Well, I'll tell you, you can organize your pantry. Carol, trust me, you don't want them organizing your pantry. Have a good night, everybody.